majority of primary schools will open as planned on Monday. The areas will also be reviewed regularly so schools can reopen at the very earliest moment.
Okay.
Ongoing testing for primary school staff will follow later in January, and we will be working to establish an ambitious testing programme helping to break chains of transmission and reducing the need
You should
for
be able to hear
where students and staff test negative for the virus. All pupils
music
in exam years
and the
are
news
to
report
return
as
during
well
the week
at the same
beginning
time.
The 11th of January, with all secondary school and college students returning full-time on the 18th of January. During the first week of term, on or after the 4th of January, secondary schools and colleges will prepare to test as many staff and students as possible and will only be open to vulnerable children and the children of key workers. The 1,500 military personnel committed to supporting schools and colleges will remain on task, providing virtual training and advice on establishing the testing process, with teams on standby to provide in-person support if required by schools. Testing will then begin the following week in earnest, with those who are in exam years at the head of the queue. This is in preparation for the full return of all pupils in all year groups on the 18th of January in most areas. To allow this focus on establishing testing throughout the first week of term, exam year groups will continue to have lessons remotely in line with what they would receive in class, and only vulnerable children and children of critical workers will have face-to-face teaching.
So that should be running audio through there.
As with primary schools, we'll be applying our existing contingency framework for education in areas of the country with very high rates of COVID infection or transmission of the virus. This will require secondary schools and colleges to offer face-to-face education.
Hopefully,
only
you can only hear the music
vulnerable
now,
children
and I can still hear the
with
news
remote
report.
education being given
That's what
to
should
all
be
of the
happening.
students if they are in one of those contingency
And if I do it the other way around, you can
We're
hear...
also asking universities to reduce the number of students who return to campus at the start of January, prioritising students who require practical learning.
So now you can hear the news report and I can hear the music.
All university students should be offered 2 rapid tests on
That's
return
what should be happening
in
right
order
now.
to reduce the chance of spread of COVID. To support remote education and online learning during this period, the government expects to deliver more than 50,000 devices to schools across the country on the 4th of January alone.
Can I try it the other way around now? So now I'm going to swap it back the other way. I'm going to play the music to you and the news report to me.
That have already been delivered, as we continue aiming for a target of over 1 million
you type in chat
to be distributed
and I'll do it. There's a bit of like fucking delay.
Most. This programme is now being extended to include students
perfect.
aged
Okay, so I'm going to swap it
in
now.
colleges and schools.
Oh, the news report finished, lol.
Everything in life is a negotiation.
Well, I'm listening to this fucking ad.
When you cross the street is a negotiation.
Right, I'm listening to the news report and you should be hearing music.
Existing contingency framework, such that only vulnerable children and children of critical workers will attend face-to-face. We will publish this list of areas today on the gov.uk website. I'd like to emphasise that this is being used only as a last resort. This is not all Tier 4 areas, and that the overwhelming majority of primary schools will open as planned on Monday. The areas will also be reviewed regularly so
I'm still listening to the
schools
news
can
report
reopen
and
at
you
the
should be
very
listening to the
earliest
music.
moment. Ongoing testing for primary school staff will follow later in January, and we will be working to establish an ambitious testing programme helping to break chains of transmission and reducing the need for self-isolation where students and staff test negative for the virus. All pupils in exam years are to return during the week beginning the 11th of January, with all secondary school and college students returning full-time on the 18th of January.
Okay.
During the first week of term, on or after the 4th of January, secondary schools and colleges will
Okay. I'm dumb. So, oh, fuck, my brain's so small. So that's not playing at all now. Okay. So that's the news report. I don't want that one.